Hi, my friends. It's Miss Clap Rich joining you from outside. Oh, you guys, I am just taking any time I can to be outside as much as possible. I brought myself some little snacks and kind of have a little picnic out here. And I just wanted to encourage you to get outside as much as you can. And maybe for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, have yourself a little picnic. Do you have a truck that your family has that you could sit in? Can you sit on your back porch or put a little blanket out on your yard or something, or even take a like a chair from inside and just sit outside and eat your lunch outside? Because I feel like every day, we're doing a lot of the same stuff because we're home all the time. But how cool to just do something different and eat outside. So that's just an idea for you. And the last thing before we go inside is my card today says Safari Walk. It says, imagine you're out in the wild. Walk around. What do you see? Can you spot an animal? What about a squirrel? A tree? So I just encourage you, when you're outside, notice and listen what's around you. Do you know what a safari is? It's kind of like an adventure. You're exploring and noticing new things. So when you go outside, listen. Do you hear your neighbors? Do you hear a bird? What do you smell? Smell like springtime? Do you see snowflakes coming down? Just notice those things. Pretend like you're an explorer. And once it gets closer to summertime, you'll see leaves popping out, and just notice those sort of things. It's really, really fun. Okay, I have some fun stuff we're gonna do inside, so come on in. Hi again. I came back here with Mrs. Owl because you know what? Today our focus is gonna be kind of talking about birds. And the reason I chose birds today is because it's something that has been bringing me a lot of joy lately. When I'm looking out my windows of my house, I actually have a bird feeder out there, and I've seen so many birds coming, chickadees and some ones I don't even know what type of bird they are. And I had a woodpecker for the first time recently, and even some squirrels kind of scurrying below, picking up the seeds that have been falling. So I just wanted to talk about birds. We're going to talk about some things that we can learn from birds, and we are going to make a bird house. And I have some other ideas for bird feeders, and you could maybe make this into a feeder too. So we're gonna do that at the end. But first of all, we gotta add to our thankful tree, right? So let's come on over here. And the first one that I'm thankful for is birds. I'm just thankful to be able to watch them and feed them and learn about them. And they're just, animals are just really, really fun to be around and to learn about. And next, I'm thankful for the seasons. When I think about the fun things that we get to do in each season, it makes me happy because each one is so different. You know, in the summertime, we get to hike and swim in the lake. And then in the winter, we get to ski and maybe go sledding. Each season brings something different. And I really enjoy that. So I'm thankful for the seasons. So come on back over here. And I actually wrote down a list of some things we can learn about birds, right? We can learn a lot from you and the way you live your life. So I was thinking, what can we learn from birds? You know what? Birds eat healthy. They don't eat too much, and they eat healthy foods that are good for them. And that's something that we need to remember right now, because we're spending a lot of time at home. And if we eat too much junk food and chips and ice cream and stuff, and believe me, I love all that stuff too. But if we eat too much of it, we do not feel good. Not only physically with like our stomach hurting, but also our brains don't work very good. When there's been days where I've eaten a lot of junk food, and by the end of the day, I just can't think very clearly, and I'm kind of moody and grumpy. And when you eat healthy, you feel a lot better, and you act nicer too. Let's see, I wrote this one down. Let your colors shine, because there's some birds out there that are like bright red, or there's bluebirds that are bright blue, and those birds aren't afraid to spread their wings and let their colors just shine bright, which is a reminder to you that if you have a gift or a talent, which I know you do, let that shine. Be joyful and share that with others. Don't be shy about it. Don't be afraid to share with others what's inside you that is great, okay? Next is spend time in nature. I think that's really important. Our birds, of course, spend lots of time in nature, and it's important for us to do the same, because when you're in nature, you get fresh air, and it just makes your body feel better. It really does. There's been a lot of people who have studied this, and it actually makes you happier when you spend more time outside. We have 2 left. I wrote flock together. Have you heard that word flock? When there's a lot of birds that are together, that's called a flock of birds. And so when the reason I wrote that is because right now, whoever it is that you're spending time in your home with, it's important for you guys to stick together and spend time with each other and check in on each other and make sure people are happy. And don't be afraid to help each other out with chores, or if one of your family members is seeming kind of grumpy, you could say, hey, what can I do to make you feel happier right now? Do you want to play a game? Do you need to take a nap, or can I help you with your schoolwork? Try to figure out what you can do to help them feel happier. And the last one is kind of interesting. It says, go with the seasons. So when I said go with the seasons, kind of what I said earlier with when I put the seasons on the thankful tree, because think of what are all the seasons? We have summer, fall, winter, and spring, the 4 seasons, and each one brings something different. It looks different outside. Like right now it's springtime and the leaves are off the trees. It's kind of bare and the snow is melting, and it's just a different feeling. And in the summertime we get to do fun things because it's like bright outside, and we can go on the lakes and whatever. Each season is something different. And you know what? The same goes with life. Right now we're in a different season, and this season is spending time at home. So we're not talking about the seasons like spring, summer, or fall. We're talking about different seasons in your life, like the season of being at home during quarantine. And there's the season this summer where you get to be outside, and then in the fall, that season will be school, and you have to try to enjoy something in each season. Okay, so now we're done talking about that. We're gonna set Mrs. Owl aside, and now we're gonna make a home for her. So I have a couple different options. Let's start with the easiest one, would be if you have any sort of plastic bottle at home. This is like a big Gatorade bottle, but even if it's just a water bottle, all I did was I poked my scissors through in here and cut out a square. I put a little piece of tape here so that when the birds sit on it, it's not too sharp for them. And then I filled it with some bird seed. And then all you'd have to do is take a string and tie it around this, tie a knot, and then you could hang it in the tree. One thing, you could try to cut the square up a little bit higher so then you can put more bird seed in it. So there's one idea. On the second video I ever made for you guys, I made one out of toilet paper roll, and I just used some floss or string. And all you have to do is put some peanut butter all over the toilet paper roll and then roll it in bird seed. And the birds ate the bird seed like the next day it was empty. So that's another easy one. So those are like the 2 simplest ones. Now, if you have any cereal boxes in your house, I already started to cut this one, or this one is like like a milk carton, or if you have like a juice carton that looks kind of like this shape, you could use it. So this one, I started to cover it with, this is some paper that you'd use to wrap up gifts. So I put that on it. You could try that to make it look pretty, or you could just put regular like construction paper on it. And then all you have to do, we'll do this one, whoops, is we'll kind of stab a little hole in here. There we go. And once you have that hole started, then you'll cut up. Let's see, and we'll cut over. We're cutting a square out of this, okay? And then we'll cut up and over. There we go. So now we have a square in there, and all you have to do is fill it with some bird seed now. So this one is more like a bird feeder. And then what I did with this one is I just poked, I poked a hole in there, and then I put a little stick in there for the birds to sit on. So then when they sit and eat their food, so you could do that on the bottom of this. Just poke a hole in there and then stick that little stick in there so they can sit on there while they eat their bird seed. And you can decorate this however you want. You could put some more construction paper on here. You could write bird house, whatever you want. And then the last step with this will be to poke a hole through this part of the top of the bird feeder, and then you'll just string a little string through there so you can hang it up. So you might need your parents' help with that, but that's pretty darn simple. Before you throw this away, cut a hole in it, decorate it if you want to, and hang it up. And now with this one took a little bit longer because I think this would be like the easiest because all you have to do is cut a hole in it and decorate it. This one I made out of a big cereal box. So all I did was I cut out one of the sides and then I just cut like a couple of the sides. I'll show you. So I just cut like a side like this and I had to cut a couple different sides. And then you just tape them together with good old whatever tape you have, duct tape, masking tape, whatever. And you can be kind of creative with this. You can make like a peaked roof, and also you can look up ideas online. But again, all I did, I could show you how to make it exactly, but you got it. All you have to do is just cut out a couple different pieces, tape them together so they are like a little box, you know what I mean? And put a little roof on it. And then I just cut out a hole and again, put a little spot for the birds to sit on. So this one could be just a bird house for them to like live in, or you could put some seed in it for a bird feeder. And then I poked a little hole on each side and now you can hang it up. So I've just been having so much fun watching the birds lately, and I've been hearing from other families with kids that they have been having so much fun watching the birds. So let's remember to think about what we can learn from the birds, to eat healthy, spend time outside, and what else I have written down? Flock together and let your color shine, or let your little spots shine, whatever it is that's unique about you. Okay, so it's been so much fun hanging out with you today, and let's remember how much we have to be thankful for, and I am excited to hang out with you guys again tomorrow. So I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.